Hey, how's it going, fellow cynics? Hope you're doing well. Set to release on July 16th, Skyward Sword HD is one of the most anticipated games to be released this year on the Nintendo Switch. But if you've already played the original Wii version of the game, you may be wondering if there are any changes being made to really make it worth purchasing or playing again. Well, luckily for us, Nintendo just dropped a new trailer of all of the quality of life improvements that they are going to be adding to the game. So let's go ahead and talk about them right now. First off, we now have advice from Fi to be completely optional. Fi used to give you constant pointers and advice when you seemed to be struggling in the game. However, what ended up really happening was that Fi did this constantly even when you didn't need any help at all. This made things a lot more sluggish for players and made the game a lot less fun. Fortunately, in Skyward Sword HD, aside from critical moments or in cutscenes, when advice is needed, Fi will only appear when the player summons Fi manually. Next up, we have a simple yet very welcoming quality of life improvement, and that's a nice 60 frames per second frame rate boost. We can see this in the trailers that Nintendo uploaded, and it looks fantastic. Nintendo also covered the handheld controls in this trailer, but we already knew about this from trailers beforehand. However, if you aren't aware, in dock mode, similar to how you played on the Wii, you can use the Joy-Con as motion controls. However, if this is not how you want to play, or if you have a Nintendo Switch Lite, you can use the right thumbstick when in handheld mode to swing the sword. Depending on how you use the thumbstick, that will vary your sword attacks. Another improvement added is that you can now fast forward all the dialogue. In the game, you can fast forward all dialogue by pressing the B button, speeding along any dialogue moments that you wish. Perhaps the biggest quality of life improvement added to Skyward Sword HD is the streamlined item information. This means that explanations for collectible items won't appear every single time that you pick them up. They instead will only appear the first time each item is collected. You can now skip cutscenes by pressing the minus button, a welcome feature indeed for those who have already played the game. There is now an autosave feature implemented to go alongside with the already available manual save. And lastly, to make the opening tutorial less annoying and intrusive, we now have the ability to skip tutorial dialogue, allowing for a more streamlined tutorial. I would say, in addition to the item explanations, this was probably the next biggest request to be fixed in the remastered Skyward Sword. And yeah, that is what we know so far about the quality of life improvements being added to this game. Admittedly, I'm a little disappointed to see that it looks like if you want to play in docked mode, you are stuck with motion controls. So it looks like I will be playing this game in handheld predominantly. However, with that being said, overall, I'm very happy to see that there are a lot of quality of life improvements being added to this game that the community genuinely seem to want. Whether or not it's worth $60, well, that's up to you. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of these improvements and whether or not you think it's worth the $60 price tag. If you like this type of content and want to see more like it, help the channel out by leaving a like on this video. Feel free to hit us up on our social media platforms or consider joining our Discord server listed in the description down below. And yeah, that's enough rambling out of me. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Blake, and for all things tech, games, movies, to anything nerdy in between, be sure to subscribe to Digital Cynics. Have a good one, everyone. We'll see you next time.